Welcome to Beans and Breakdowns, a podcast dedicated to bridging the gap between specialty coffee and the heavy music community. On this episode, I'm joined by Kane, vocalist of Vomit Forth.
Vocalist, Vomit Forth, guitarist for Gun to God's Head.
See, I don't know that
I'm
one.
out here. Yeah, I'm out here, bro.
Just making moves.
Yeah.
Everyone from Connecticut is in 7 bands.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's pretty incestuous just because, I mean, not lately, because hardcore has become so mainstream. It's a little different, but yeah.
Which, I'd love to know what you think about that. Do you have coffee?
Yeah.
Do you have some coffee?
On me right now, yeah. So I'll be real. We have coffee spots. I mean, we have Purgatory here, which is good, and that's who gives the beans to our place that we take everybody to. It's called the Loaded Goat. Great coffee spot, good vibe, good coffee, also good tea and stuff. But it's just a dope spot. But yeah, we get coffee. I like coffee, but I'm not like a coffee head. I'm kind of a coffee poser. I like coffee with a bunch of shit in it. I like cream and sugar and stuff. I use coffee to stay up.
Like as a substance.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use it to stay up and DoorDash till like 7.
Is that what you be doing? You DoorDashing?
I DoorDash heavy. Besides Vomit Forth, I just DoorDash. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's psycho. Yeah, it is. It's what you
grind.
Do. It is a grind. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's tough, but whatever. I think you reach a point. I love Vomit Forth. I didn't always, and now I do, and it's hard for me, and I grind hard because I feel that other people who aren't me care about it. And there's this weird, like, I don't want to like let you down, and I'm gonna make sure, there's people with Vomit Forth tattoos, so I can't let them down.
You guys hear that? Kane is out there door dashing his ass off
For you
with the Vomit Forth tattoos. If that $300 you paid for the Vomit Forth tattoo, you could have given to Kane,
yeah,
so that he didn't have to DoorDash for 5 hours.
And I actually need it now.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
The GoFundMe is in the description. Get this man off DoorDash. Anyway, I have some coffee. Because I'm a psychopath, and it's 7 p.m. and I'm drinking something from Cafe Even. It's one of the only fourth wave coffee shops in Montreal. Very good.
I had really great coffee last time. Actually, hold up. Let me grab my coffee real quick.
Okay.
Sorry.
Do you have like a chair that looks like it should be in the like dining hall of an old castle?
Yeah, that's like the whole vibe. If you were ever to come to my apartment, that's kind of the vibe of the whole place. But this is what I drink at home a lot.
Some Bustelo.
Yeah, the instant. It's like I'm not gonna lie, I don't like instant coffee, but this is the only one I like.
For milk, it's great.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? That's why I'm a coffee poser.
I respect that.
And I don't lie. I'm not gonna front on that. Like I'm a coffee poser. I need a bunch of shit in it, and I use it as a tool. But yeah, the Cafe Bustelo is my favorite. Like cheap, shitty coffee is this.
It does the job. It do the thing.
It does the job, and the flavor actually isn't horrible. IMHO, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had some Puerto Rican friends make me cafe con leche with the Bustelo.
Oh, that's awesome. Fire.
That's like its number one intended use, I believe.
It is. Yeah, it is, because Theo, he plays bass in Vomit Forth. He was also in Weeping, who was just on tour with Vitriol.
Which was just watching a video about it last night.
Same, because I didn't know, like...
Was it 6-string TV?
Boys.
You watched the Instagram video.
Yeah, I didn't know. All I knew is I got a call from somebody who might have been on the tour, and they were like, this band dropped the tour, and I was like, what? And then we called and conversed about it. That's all I knew. I didn't know it got all like into the normie YouTube sphere.
No, it's not normie YouTube sphere. It was like
okay,
metalhead content creator. Like
to me, so like those people listen to Sleep Token.
There's deep divers.
Oh, there is?
This guy doesn't have like a huge. He's not like a Jared Dines type.
Okay, because this is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
He's like I think he's from England, and he's like a prog shredder.
still someone. Yeah, okay, but interesting. I see. I didn't know. I
Mm.
didn't know. I guess essentially, I didn't know it had ventured outside of the Instagram video until my friend texted me and he goes, "Yo, new video dropped," and I was like, "What?" It was right before I got on this call. I was watching a movie with Dell, but either way, yeah, yeah. So he's Greek. He made his mom made me that. What is it? How do you say it? I don't know how
Cafe
to
con
say it.
leche.
Yes. So with the instant coffee, and I was like, whoa.
Hmm.
I mean, I understand you need some tech for it, which I don't have, but I was amazing.
I don't know about the Greek method, but I do know that my wife's grandmother, who is a
Hmm.
98-year-old Mexican woman,
Okay.
puts instant coffee in her warm milk.
Yeah. So that's what was happening here, and then there was like a whisking almost, like a
Ooh.
some sort of like I don't know what was going on.
Well, like the frother type beat.
Yeah, well, no, it wasn't a frother. It was literally it was a small, tiny whisker that goes like really fast,
Shit.
and it was really great. But warm milk, same deal,
Hmm.
same. Everything's the same except it was whisked.
With sugar in it.
No,
Wow.
yeah, that was really good.
That sounds delicious.
It is.
There's nostalgia attached there and cultural
Okay.
roots that run
Okay.
deeper than the 300 years that America has been around, but we won't get
Yeah.
into that. Anyway, I'm going to show this because I do video now so that fucking idiots can look at the coffee that I'm
Wait, I think
drinking.
Is it upside down?
Nah,
It's upside down.
it is.
Yep.
My dumbass.
No, no, no.
Yeah, so this is a Colombian coffee. It's honey process, and it tastes like, this is in French, green apple, chocolate, and sweet almond.
Yo, you know who you need to get on here? Even though he's off the sauce
Okay, he's an unreachable person.
about that. But he knows a lot about coffee tech. He's like I said, he's off the sauce.
He and Will's also a big coffee guy.
I don't know Will. I've literally like no. I've met Will in passing at the studio once, so I don't know.
I have had confirmation from ex bandmates that he is a big coffee dude.
Yeah, they love coffee. Yeah, coffee is fire, man. Or Lumpy. Lumpy's a good guy to have on here too. He loves
Lumpy's been
coffee.
on.
He has been on.
Mhm.
Okay, did I miss it? Okay,
It was years
I
ago.
missed
I need to
it.
have him back
Okay.
on. I saw
Yeah,
him.
you do.
I played Danielson. Danielson,
I haven't been to that. That venue's about an hour for me. I haven't been there yet.
not Chubby Dog, the VFW.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we played the VFW. The most American experience you can have.
Well, it depends. That can be two things. Wait, so it was shot?
No, so in my opinion, turnout could have been better. It was like a Sunday afternoon. It was raining,
Okay, that's tough.
but the experience was awesome.
It was okay. Awesome. That's good.
And the bands we played with were insanely good.
That rocks. That's awesome.
I wish
Yeah.
I could remember their names, but they have like 16 words in it and they're all strung together in cursive.
But you played like one of those type shows, the Senti show, probably.
A what?
Senti.
It was
I don't
put
know.
on by Dean, but the okay, yeah. So those type kids, baggy pant, mosh cap guys.
Yep. Yeah. People who dress like they. It's weird. They're like fetishizing when I would, because I'm 38. Like when I started coming to shows, they're like fetishizing that. And there's also this weird revisionist history that like everyone was like really good at moshing and cool and like what's like left leaning and inclusive. And I'm just like, nope.
I mean, even when I got into hard, like I started going to shows in 2009, 2008,
Okay.
2009.
Yeah.
I was like 16.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was definitely, well, I'm from Savannah, but it was definitely not left leaning.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I don't know. You know, I don't know if you know Tom Lovejoy, the homie. He was in Vatican, Georgia band.
So I know Nolan and I know Mackie and I know Jonathan Whittle, who was not in the band.
Love Whittle.
And I know, do you know Josh? He was before Tom. So he was he was in their band before, Coastlines. Anyway, I know Tom through them.
Okay, so but he's all I know of Savannah hardcore, and that's it. I don't know, and I mean I know Nolan now, and I know all those dudes. But like as far as like your old heads or like what your scene was, like bands from Savannah, bands from Georgia, even I was like I don't really know. I never knew because I was on the, you know, basically I'm very spoiled to be from Western Mass, which was just like we had every cool. I was so close to the New York bands and the Massachusetts bands that my lore is so. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but the lore there is so dope. It's like that scene was just like untouchable.
That's why
So
I love being so like living up here. I love being
mhm.
so close to Albany and Western Mass and
Yeah,
Connecticut.
it's kind of like up right now a little bit. Some of it is Connecticut's kind of on a down.
Western
Yeah,
Mass is hot. Central and
yeah,
Western Mass is
yeah,
hot, hot, hot right now.
yeah. But it was down for dude years because I remember like right when I left, it was like down and it stayed down for a long time. And then I think Holder had a lot to do with that.
Yeah. That and the
Yeah.
Hoff,
Is the Hoff even a thing anymore? I don't even know if it is.
they
Yeah,
closed
yeah,
it up.
yeah,
Luckily, I was able to
yeah.
play
That
there.
was
It was
dope.
so cool, though.
Wait, yeah. When was that? I think I saw videos of that.
It was last October.
It was okay. I thought it was a couple years ago, but yeah, okay, yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, but that, I mean, even like Albany can be a bit weird, but Legacy is like Stigmata
Yeah.
section 8.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's what I came up because I was in the Berkshires, which was right next to Albany. So like everybody else was really into like Have Heart and well, that was like what the cool kids were like not the cool, but the more popular scene. And then there was like the cool kids who were into like Mind Eraser, Waste Management. That was all mostly Boston stuff. And then I had like what you're saying, Section 8. You know, they weren't contemporaries at that time. The bands that were happening were honestly not the best. There was a band called Glory, Hands Up. There was a venue called Bogies, was like just crazy and lawless, and you could do. It was fucking scary. It was awesome, but you could do like whatever you wanted. If you like went to a couple shows where like friends with people, you could just like do whatever you wanted.
Like a DIY spot that just some dude owned.
No, it was not a DIY spot. It was like kind of like it was like I don't know if you know about Empire in Albany. So it's the same dude. So it was kind of like that vibe, but smaller. Obviously, it didn't have like a big room. It wasn't necessarily a DIY spot. It was like it was a bar. It was a venue that was just like it was just psycho, man.
Well, I know the guy from Empire, so I definitely am
Yes.
imagining the
So
correct
you know the vibes.
type of
Yeah.
place. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear he's
Yeah.
much more laid back now.
Yeah, I mean, I love him. I love him. I think he's a great guy.
Hmm.
He's a scary guy,
So
but
nice.
I love him a lot. And yeah, man, I guess he's more, not really. I wouldn't know if I would really say that. I think it's just, it all depends on the context of you meeting him, you know?
I could see how he could be scary, like
Yeah.
intimidating.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah. He's a
believe he
really
played
strong
in
guy.
Madball for a bit.
I don't know that. I don't know that. I just know his band Brick by Brick, which he's always been in. If he played in Madball, I don't know about it.
They
I
came
think
up
he's like
here
friends with
recently
them.
with Sworn Enemy,
The best.
Brick by Brick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, both. I mean, two underrated bands.
Hmm.
You know, yeah, great bands.
Not to get into like the deepest, like New England hardcore lore.
Yeah,
I just went off on
yeah,
the biggest tangent.
yeah.
But I mean, my next question was gonna be, how did you find yourself into heavy music?
Weird. I didn't even find it myself. My big brother, how I got into music in general was just like I don't really come from a musical family, but like my dad liked music. Like he like listened to it and he played guitar. He used you know, he was not really great at guitar, but he had guitars around. My big brother was really into music. He was into bands. Like I said, I'm older, I'm 38, so this is in the 90s. He was really into bands like Sonic Youth and there's a band called Unwound. A lot of like artsy guitar music bands because he moved to New York City, so he got really into this scene out there. There was a band called The Makeup. He's putting me on to like he was making literal mixed tapes, like actual cassette tapes for me. That now, you know, like people would be like, "Yo, that's crazy! You were in fifth grade listening to like Dinosaur Jr. and Blonde Redhead." And like if I were like an indie kid now or something, I could use that to the craziest cred, you know, because I literally like I started listening to these bands when I was like like literally 8 years old. But I did not. He did not. They did not like heavy music. My big brother did not like it. There's this kid in like fifth grade. His name was Nate Rubin. He got me into One King Down and Pantera and stuff like that. And even then, I didn't really take it. I was like, that's cool, but it's like kind of scary. And then I saw MTV Video Wake Up that had Got the Life by Korn. And right when that came out, I was like, whoa, this is crazy. So I started going down the route, got really into nu metal. Then I got really into like street punk because there was these in the Berkshire Mall, there was these Give 'em the Boot compilations, and there's also I can't even remember Punkorama, and I got really into street punk and oi and that kind of stuff. So I was like simultaneously into nu metal and like street punk and oi because where I was from there was no subculture really. You know, now learning about the history, it's like those people really didn't get along. But where I was, it was all the same. It was like I was weirdo and I was different and I didn't, you know. So that's how I started to get into stuff. And then in high school, I found like metalcore, like Poison the Well, Hopes Fall. And then I also did find bands like Figure Four and Throwdown and Converge. And I mean, not saying those bands sound similar, but they're closer to hardcore. And I did notice they were like making nods to bands like Black Flag and stuff that I liked before, but I was like trying to actively find something new. So I was like, no, it's different, you know. And so I got into hardcore through metalcore kind of. So but I also kind of regressed because then I was like, no, I don't like this punk shit. Then I liked well back in the day in my high school named Devin Randall who liked hardcore, who's actually a giant piece of shit. Devin Randall, if you watch this, I literally hate you and would love to meet up and talk about it. That dude sucks. But he had like a Sick of It All hoodie on, and I would like I had a Norma Jean shirt that I would wear that I found. I like paint my nails. And he was like, "Oh, you're a fashion cat." That's what they would call. It's like
Yeah.
like fashion cats. This is before scene.
Before
Like
scene,
scene,
yeah, fashion
yeah,
core.
like
Yeah.
yeah, fashion core was like right. So that's what I got into hardcore from. And then it was all downhill from there. Just got into everything and nerded out about I had my hardcore revival where I was like, New York hardcore, Citizens Arrest, got into Youth Attack Records, all that. I like went super snobby on every single way, and then I ended up in death metal somehow.
It's the ultimate snob genre.
I think, well, right now it kind of is, yeah, which is crazy. There's also really crazy revisionist history going on with that too, where I'm like, you guys think that people were moshing at death metal shows, like how people mosh at hardcore shows? They weren't, dude. It was like dudes, it was like stepdads who liked like Killswitch Engage and like not even Killswitch Engage, like before that, they liked like nu metal and classic rock, and then they liked this. You know what's a great example is like that band Facecast. They have that song "Wife Beater."
Mm-hmm.
It's like that was like death metal. It was like nobody looked cool. Like everyone was like weird and like nobody wanted to go. I went to a couple of those shows because it was like I was really into like the false grind stuff, like tech metal, and they had a lot of crossover. And I was like seeing the death metal people. I was like, yo, this is autism. Like before autism was a thing.
Before we knew what it was, yeah.
Yeah.
So I agree a lot. So this is funny, but the fashion core thing, I don't hear that enough.
Dude, fashion core.
Especially knowing that the Norma Jean t-shirt.
Yeah.
So I grew up in church, obviously, from Savannah.
Respect. Yeah.
But my first encounter with like heavy music was Under Oath, Norma Jean.
Dude, weirdly enough, I found God later in my life, but that was a lot of mine was Christian metalcore took the world secular and of the faith by storm.
Dude, everyone was like, for some reason, for like a run of 10 years almost, everyone was trying to copy like Christcore bands.
Yeah.
Even Face Down.
I know.
So
I know. And it's crazy too, because that created such a weird, like people lying about being Christian so they could get signed to Solid State.
Tooth and Nail Solid State was just writing checks.
Yeah, dude. That I think they're evangelical. I could be wrong. I don't know what sect they were.
I honestly don't know. They had a lot of evangelical bands. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, which that always turned me off. Even now, as a Christian, that turns me off. I'm not a big fan of evangelical people. But yeah, I remember I was Life in Your Way. Do you remember that band?
Oh my lord, I haven't heard that name.
Okay,
it's probably been 7 years I've heard that name.
Yeah. Well, dude, there was another thing in Western Mass. There was the biggest venue, really, one of them in hardcore, was called the Mercy House, and it was a church. So you'd have Cruel Hand playing in the church, and they would always book the Christcore bands, even if no one would come. They'd book them. Life in Your Way was one of those bands, and I saw them. I was like, oh, this is like pretty cool. It's like As Cities Burn, but like not good or something. Or like it had like mosh parts, kind of. I don't know.
As Cities Burn was like melodic hardcore for no. Life in Your
Oh,
Way was like melodic hardcore for As
okay.
Cities Burns fans.
Okay, yeah, that was the vibe because I'm a big As Cities Burn.
Love it.
Love it. Great band.
So I'm gonna say a name right now, and I think let's just see how Emery.
Love Emery.
Okay, that's my favorite band of all time,
dude. Amazing band. Those dudes looked like they were like 40, like because they were dressed so nice in that
in
video.
2006.
Yeah, they looked like mad old. I was like, yo, but that video, you know the video.
Walls.
My God,
dude, when I saw that, I was like, how do I do that? I want to do that.
Same. I was so into that. I still love it. I put Dell onto it. She liked Emery too. Emery's awesome. Honestly, all those Christcore bands for the most part are good, even the deep cuts.
Dude, the aughts of Tooth and Nail.
Oof, great.
I need to find whoever runs the label and just be like, what was going on, dude? What was going on? Come on.
Yeah. Also, like, think there was a little bit of malevolence in there. Some bad stuff.
Well, there was.
I could. I don't know.
That's why I'd be interested to have some of the because the Under Oath guys, that story is kind of. Now that they curse, I just can't get into it. It's ruined it for me.
I'll be real. Like, that was part of it. I really only like They're Only Chasing Safety, and then like the early stuff, and then that
Define the Great Line is
everyone says that. I never listened to it really. I mean, I have in passing, but I just never have listened.
I love it.
Yeah, I never. But I mean, dude, that was part of it. Like I'm saying, like once you like, I kind of the only band that renounced their faith that I still fuck with and think is awesome is Zayo.
Dude, I love Zayo.
It's me too. It's the one of my. I mean, they're amazing.
I have a band to put you onto from Montreal.
Okay.
That's very Zayo-esque, especially in the vocals.
Okay.
Called Casino.
Okay. I'll listen to it.
It's one of the members of Bruiserweight, some other members of other bands in Montreal. Do you ever hear of a band called Gasm?
No.
They were like a hardcore punk kind of band, super weird.
Okay.
But they were from Montreal and kind of kept a scene when nobody was going to shows.
Oh, respect.
So one of the drummer from that band is in this band as well. They're fucking so good. And the merch guy for Despised Icon is the singer.
Oh, respect. Yeah. Awesome. That's a band. Dude, Canadian bands that I love. Well, obviously, Cryptopsy.
Shout out, Matt.
But like, I never met any. I think is that the new vocalist?
Yeah. Well, new. He's been in longer than Lord Worm.
Yeah. I mean, he's still new. You're right. That's wrong for me to say.
It's fine.
But
everyone
I met him once. Nice. Yeah. But dude, I loved Ion Dissonance. Still love Beneath the Massacre. I never had a moment with Despised Icon. It's not that I didn't think they were good or something. It's just that I loved Ion Dissonance so much that I was like, I don't think I need anything else from the scene right now.
I keep waiting for them to reunite, come back.
I don't know if it'll happen.
Beneath the Massacre's coming back.
Okay, so Vomit Forth, right before COVID, one of the show we weren't like touring heavy. The show that was taken away from me, Beneath the Massacre, Origin, Defeated Sanity.
That would
Vomit
hurt.
Forth. Dude, and Vomit Forth we're gonna play, and then they're like, oh, they can't, they postponed it due to COVID. I was like, whatever, dude, we'll get it in like 2 weeks. Just taken.
Beneath the Massacre was gone.
Yeah. I was like, motherfucker, I was so excited, man.
They're back.
Yeah, that's awesome.
New
that's
record
awesome now, but I'm hurt. I'm in pain. I don't even know if I want to
come up.
Yeah, I don't know if I could go to. No, I don't think I'd go to Canada because it's so hard. Dude, we got smoked so bad at the border, like every time. This tour we did well, but one time we got smoked so bad that I was like, man, I hate it.
So Despised Icon is doing 2 shows.
Okay.
For their new record in Montreal.
Okay.
One night is Blind Witness.
Hell
with
yeah.
Scorching Tomb.
I don't know if I don't.
They're on Time to Kill. They're on that Italian death metal label that Fulci used to be on, I think.
Yeah, the homies, best band.
But Scorching Tomb is on that label. They're so good. They're like my favorite Montreal death metal band.
Okay.
and then my band is opening as well.
Let's go. Let's
This
freaking go.
second night, Blind Witness, Primal Horde,
Okay.
and I think there's another band playing, and I can't remember who it is. Anyway,
Who's opening? Whatever.
Primal Horde is one of the openers because they're local.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But Blind Witness is playing, and
That's gonna rock.
I know. And maybe the back door will stay open, and you just walk in.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe they'll. Yeah. Maybe they'll let me. I don't know. I'll
Alec,
have to see.
I hope none of the Despise guys are listening, but you know.
Yeah, because they don't want that.
Well, that'll be fine.
I would pay.
It's sold out. Both nights are sold out.
That's incredible.
Like it's sold out in 10 days.
I mean, that band is dope. Like I said, I just didn't have a moment, but that's another band that came back and it was awesome. Artwork is dope. That artwork for that record was so awesome. I was like, man, this is fire.
I always want to think it's Goulet, but I don't think it's Goulet did that one.
I thought it was like new and like I don't know who did it. I didn't know. I don't think it's an old painting. I think it's like new commissioned.
It is.
I don't know. It is. Yeah, it's incredible.
It's Alex talked about it on like that Brutality
podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know.
Which if you haven't done that podcast, you should try to do it. It'd be fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest with podcasts. I do them sometimes. I'm a little bit selective now. If you're not cool, then I normally won't do it. Well, no, I appreciate it. I remember one time I was like right when Seeding Malevolence came out, I was doing a bunch of podcasts and like I beefed with like furries. So I'll say this to you, I hate furries, and if that's upsetting to you, like we could stop now. But
no, I don't even know.
It's the furry fandom. I publicly beefed furries, and then one of the guys, I don't know if he was a podcast or he did some sort of review of the record or something, and he was like tried to tag Century Media, and then I just like responded back. I was like, yeah, Century Media, you should kick us off the label if you have a problem with this, because I don't like furries really. It's weird and they're fucked up. But either way, so ever since then, I've been like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't really need to do this unless like you're someone who's passionate and cares, because that's all I care about is talking to people who care about things.
Well, I was surprised because I was like I never go on Instagram ever, which is why people get mad at me all the time because I'm never on Instagram and I'm horrible at returning messages. But I was just like trying to, look around, see what was going on. And then your name had a follow back, like the blue button.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell?
So yeah, I forget you had someone on here who I am friends with. I was like, oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
And then I watched a couple episodes like, oh, you're dope.
And I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize that Kane followed me. And so then I was like, okay, well let's fucking do it.
Also I didn't know you knew Alec too. And well, I mean,
he had mentioned that y'all knew each other like a while back, and I just forgot.
Well, he knows Bailey.
Yeah,
Bailey that's like his homie, and that's how I met him. But I was a fan of, I knew about Bruiserweight and I knew about Cloned Apparition and stuff. So I was like, that's good dope. There's like cool bands coming out of Canada again. This was before. I mean, now there's a lot, kind of, but
name something. I'm just kidding.
You were the two bands that I was like, oh, cool. There was a really great death metal band we played with at that show that you saw us at that I really liked, and I can't remember their name.
I don't remember a local playing that show.
Dude, they were like putrid. Maybe it wasn't that show, but it was the other Canadian show then. And it was like a really they were like putrid style, which I don't like, but they were sick.
Was it the Toronto show? It might have been Mortuary Slab.
Maybe. I can't remember.
So good.
Yeah, it was like, I remember not fucking with the name and not fucking with the logo, and they played, and I was like, oh, this band's fucking sick. Yeah, I like.
There's a few bands from Toronto that are good, like Real World. Real World was like, they're like hardcore kids, but they like write fucking crazy death metal.
Okay.
They're not active anymore, but they was like members of Friction and 9 Million and stuff like that. They've got like a bunch of different bands.
Okay, yeah, 9 Million is a cool band. But also the band I talked about, Dying Remains, is fucking awesome.
Yeah, they're sick. I don't even know where they're from. Calgary?
I don't know, but I know that the merch person for this band we were on tour with in Ferry she's from Canada, and she was like, I was just out with them. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll check them out. And she said, oh, they're on Maggot Stomp, and I was like, oh, I love Scott. That's the homie. And then I checked them out, and I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I found them through doing the episode with Scott, and I was just looking through the shit that you just put out, and I was
That's
like,
what it was. That's who it was then. It was Scott. You did the episode with Scott, and I was like, Scott's the man. Love him.
Scott is the man.
Yeah, love him. Love him. He halfway hates us, but I love him.
I think he halfway hates everything.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Well, I mean, we signed to Century Media, so he hates us, but
Well,
that's okay.
I mean, like, what are you gonna?
No, no, it's fair. It's fair. I get it. I get it. It's annoying.
So terrified of God.
Yeah.
Does that have to go? Is this now that you have revealed your Christ followingness?
Yeah.
Is that anything to do with that?
Yeah. Sort of. I mean, it's not like a Christian record, but like, that is like, so right after Seeding Malevolence is kind of when I like had my, I mean, I've been a confirmed Catholic since like 2004, but I was very anti that. I was like a Satanist for a little while, stuff like that. And like after Seeding Malevolence is kind of when it happened, and when I was like, whoa. And either way, but yeah, for sure, that was when I was like, it definitely has to do with that. It has to do, but I don't like to make everything super personal,
Mm-hmm.
even though the genesis of my lyrics are and stuff. But I want anyone to listen who listens to the record to be able to relate to it. And I think a fear of God is something that everyone has, even if they don't want to admit it. Even if they want to think that they're so smart that humans know everything and we did everything and God's not real, we just conduct heat. Usually, when you're put in a scenario where you're going to die and you're faced with your own mortality, you'll most likely, even if you're going to make some sort of attempt to atone, because it's just what happens. And whether people want to say that that's something that's ingrained in us from whatever societal stuff, or it is an admission that God is real, is not for me to say. But a fear of God, I think, is something that's very universal.
I would concur with that. I mean, I don't know if it's like, I think everyone has that inside, and a lot of people just don't want to admit it.
Yeah, that's how I'm looking at it. But also, I wanted it to be universal, so you could look at it, as like people are scared of this thing that isn't real, and then at that point, you're admitting that fear is your God, and that's what you're scared of. You're going to fear something. That existential fear is real. Yeah, it's a lot. All the Vomit Forth stuff is is deep and intense. So but yeah, that is, I guess you could say, it had to do with my, come to Christ moment.
I mean, that's pretty intense. Like, because I know that on in Seething Malevolence, a lot of
Mhm.
the themes were very like satanic, especially like
Yeah,
the
yeah, for
videos and
sure.
things like that.
Yeah, that was it was for sure satanic, and yeah, and
Not that
I
not
was
I'm not judging that either. Like, I listen to tons of stuff that I
yeah, I think it's kind of inherent in a lot, like blasphemy is kind of inherently part of death metal, but and metal and music, but yeah, it was definitely, it was satanic, but and also satanic, not in an atheistic way. It was like satanic in a very, very like uh I guess malevolent way. That's the whole point of that record.
with these videos on the singles that y'all put out, like the
Hmm.
Rotting Wool and um what is it, Negative
Negative
Penance?
Tenants.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Um, was that still in house? Like the ones off of Seething Malevolence?
I mean, yeah, so yeah, it was. I had help from the band. There's a band called Silenus from here, and they helped out the 8498. I did Negative Penance completely myself and edited and shot it because we weren't even gonna do a video. I was like, I'm just gonna do a visualizer for it, and then they're like, hey, we want a video. I was like, what? So then I just had to do it really quickly. And I used to think it sucked. I kind of like it. I like that video, but yeah,
It
yeah,
seems
it's
just
all.
very
I mean,
personal. That's the thing. Like, it's just you.
yeah, that's and I do like that to an extent. I would Terrified of God. I did want to be a little bit more grandiose and stuff, but there was a lot of different problems we had in that rollout, and the only thing I'll really get into and say is that the band is the only person who did not drop the ball with that. We did everything we could to really like make it,
Hmm.
and it was but I still think art stands on its own. I would like Blood Soaked Death Dream video was always supposed to just be me, and then the Salt video was supposed to be crazy, and it still is scary, and I still love all of it. But yeah, it was kind of a hard rollout.
Are you still doing all of it on the high 8 stuff?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm all well. I think we'll always have an element of that just because I love it, and the second that I had a lot more creative control in the band, it was like that's I mean, I equate death metal to movies and stuff like August Mortem Underground and Slaughter Vomit Dolls and stuff like that. So it'll always be a part of our aesthetic. Also, I noticed a lot of other bands, a couple bigger bands, maybe a band that
Texas?
no, I don't know. Actually, I can't remember where they're from. But the Lamb of God, the new Lamb of God video, I was like,
They're
this
from
looks.
Virginia, right? North
I
Carolina?
don't know. All I know is I was like, yo, that looks like a Vomit Fourth video. I don't even think they know who we are or anything like that. But man, everybody was like, when we did it at first, everyone was like, yo, you're really gonna do it all on high eight, like the whole thing? And I was like, yeah. And then and now everybody's using high eight all the time. I was just like, man, I don't think we were trendsetters. I don't think people are copying us, but I think it's like you're on my shit that I was on like years ago, bro.
For real, it was like 2022.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then Frozen Soul did they did that, the during COVID, what's the thing? The Wrecking Ball?
Yeah. We played that one.
But they did the online version.
Yeah. 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 Yes. Yeah. We played the one. So yeah, we played the one right after. Yeah, they did. That was cool though. I mean, we were all kind of that was like us saying with Sugabog, Frozen Soul. We were all like, I feel like we're a little bit of the underdogs in that, but
Mhm.
we all kind of came up. We were all kind of on the same wavelength, sort of. Maybe not sonically, but yeah,
Vibe-wise, I would say, like,
yeah,
especially, yeah, like the early not early, like the year 3 and 4 Maggot Stomp
yeah. Like
roster, I
second wave, I'd
find.
like to call it. Yeah, yeah. Like
Exactly.
not like basically post and coffin eyes and all that
But I mean, that whole wave, I think, is driven the death metal scene, maybe even globally, to where it is right now,
for sure.
which is insane.
I don't feel like, I mean, we were a very small part of it. We were on the tail end of that. So I don't feel uncomfortable saying that, like, Sanguisugabog specifically really like brought death metal specifically to where it is
Mhm.
for sure.
Sanguisugabog, I think Frozen Soul had a big part.
Me too. Me too. I think they did too, but I think that Sanguisugabog had a bigger part. Frozen Soul definitely did have a huge part. I mean, they're a big band and
Mhm.
people love them and I love them and they're great people. It's just they didn't have I mean, they did. They did. They have the roots in hardcore and stuff like that. There was something that Sanguisugabog did where they stayed in there a little bit longer, I guess,
They
or I
did.
don't know what. They did something to stay cooler with the younger kids as opposed to holding on to met. Like I think Frozen Soul went super metal super quick. Not that it's like a bad thing. I just think that they were like we're a big metal band and they were and they are, and where Sanguisugabog stayed a little bit more DIY for a little bit longer.
I could see that.
Yeah,
I
and it
could
helped them
definitely
out.
see them playing smaller shows a lot more often than, like,
Yeah.
playing these bigger theater to arena size
Yeah,
tours.
exactly.
Much respect to Sanguisugabog, though, man. I fucking love that
Yeah,
band.
the best band, best people.
Also, Undeath, I think, stayed in that underground style for a
For
while.
sure.
They were definitely more on the I don't think hardcore really embraced them as much as,
They
like,
they
Sanguisugabog
were
did.
Undeath are a lot like us in that they were in it before though, and they have more cred in the metal scene than we did for sure. But the thing is people thought Undeath were a band that they weren't for years. They're like, yeah, it's just stupid caveman mosh parts, and then it's like you listen to it, and it's like crazy tech,
Yeah, it's
like
not mosh. It's like
super highbrow. Like it's like Morbid Angel and Cannibal Corpse. One of the best. I think one of the best metal bands out right now for sure. An incredible band that people were just like, oh yeah, cavernous retard metal. I'm sorry, I can't say retard.
it's back.
I mean, it never left for me, but yeah, but yeah, yeah, like for misunderstood band.
Yeah, for sure.
They were lumped in. That's what happened. That's why it was the reason we left Maggot Stomp was because we felt like we were getting lumped in with that, and we were like, yo, we are not. before, Nick, who used to be in the band, who's now in shout out Final Resting Place, um, you know, before that, like somehow Final Resting Place became cool, and it was not, nobody really gave a fuck about like Dehumanize and Suffocation and Pyrexia. That's what we were doing. Everybody wanted, your like Frenolith style bands, or they wanted this the so yeah, like we that's why we left Magathon. We felt like we were kind of getting lumped in. Everyone's like, yeah, stupid, dumbass, cavernous death metal, future death metal. We were like, nope, not at all. What are you talking about? Did you listen to the record? Probably not. Like, you just saw Maggot Stomp, and that's what happened, I think, with Undeath too. But
Yeah,
yeah,
same with
great band.
even Gates to Hell. I found that Gates to Hell had that like really metalcore beginning.
I think they still have a lot of the metalcore vibes, personally.
It's why I think it confuses me a bit, but it confuses a lot of people because they do have
Band's awesome.
they're death metal, I
Yeah, they have
guess.
death metal parts. They are a band that's kind of like us, where it's like we're like death metal, kind of. Uh,
Death metal adjacent.
yeah, like, but I think we are more death metal than they are, but that's also why that band does a lot better, because they have it's like all breakdowns, a lot of mosh,
But
and
it touches a lot of different stuff too.
it does. Yeah, Seth is. I mean, Seth is not the only person. They're like part of the creative process. Obviously, it's collaborative, I think, but yeah, they touch on so many things, and everyone in that band is so talented that I feel like if they were to just be a death metal band, it would be a waste of such talented people, where they're like, everyone in that band's cracked. So it's like, that's why they're like making all sorts of stuff. Yeah, that's a band too that got lumped in too. You're right. And then people would hear them, and then it would be like crazy mosh part that isn't a headbanging part. It's like made to mosh.
I remember seeing them and we played with them in Ottawa, and there was 30 people there because it was Ottawa, which I'm not going to talk shit on Ottawa right now because I'm playing there in a week.
Okay, okay.
But let's just say we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was them and Sentence to Die. They were on tour.
Eli was in both those bands.
And Sentence to Die is a death metal band.
Yeah, for sure. Way more death metal than Gates to Hell, for sure. Also moshable, but not.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
then Gates to Hell comes out and starts playing a metalcore breakdown.
Yeah,
And
they're
I'm
like,
like,
dig it in.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I can karate to that shit.
Yeah, yeah. That's like a Shattered Realm breakdown. Yeah.
It's amazing. So I just remember seeing them and then buying a T-shirt. I still have it that has Maggot Stomp Giant on the back, and I was like, this
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Much love to Maggot Stomp, but this is definitely a Century Media band.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Or I mean, I think they're the Nuclear Blast.
They are Nuclear Blast, which
but
is weird to me, but
yeah. But yeah, I remember thinking it was a little weird too, but also being like, but he also signed like a vegan like metalcore band too. I can't remember the name of the band. I think Scott just signs what he's into.
that's why I like him.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, I mean, not to get on these rants, but
No, we can't help it.
there's so
That's
many
what we do.
opinions, dude. But yeah, all that to say, the videos, like, I'm not the biggest. Like, my film watching tends to be more towards classics and like pretty films is what I would say, or like kind of art house.
Me too. Yeah,
My wife just loves B horror.
I love it all. There's a lot of art house that has a lot of the kind of gritty vibes on the Silver Globe. I don't know if you know that movie.
I
It's
don't.
good. No, it's good.
I'm gonna have to watch it. But yeah, when I watch y'all's videos, it kind of has that. And I'm just gonna say Vinegar Syndrome because my main like
The homies, my
source
friend.
of main
Yeah.
source of like B horror knowledge comes from Vinegar Syndrome or Arrow
Oh,
Video.
really?
Yeah.
Dude, so they have the archive here in Connecticut, I go there all the time. Very, very close with Brian, who runs the store. Yeah.
Do you know who runs the store here in Toronto?
I didn't know there was a store in Toronto. That's crazy.
So it's not even called the Archive; it's called Vinegar Syndrome.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's Chris Callahan from Cursed and Sect.
Really?
Yes, he's like one of the main guys there.
Crazy. I bet. Oh, wow. That's insane. Yeah, Cursed. I like that. Two.
Two's the
Second
best
record
one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in my opinion too.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's crazy.
Sect came through like a couple months ago, and I didn't even talk to him about music. I just punished him about Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah, it's the best if you want to get like I got like a really like I mean also too, but they they put out like a what was it that I got? It was the Gregoraki. They had the Gregoraki Criterion.
Hmm.
They did a really great edition for Wild Things. I don't know if you know that movie. Nev Campbell, fucking awesome. I don't know. I love it. I love everything they do. I'm waiting for them to get Blair Witch 2, but we'll see.
I just love their like anyone that's doing 4K upscales of like the old Gialli and stuff like that. I'm there for that.
Oh yeah, I mean, dude, I have didn't get it actually, but yeah, they have all like the old, even the deep cut shit, like Mario Bava stuff. But they yeah, like Suspiria and Inferno, all the Dario Argento movies. I think they had a really cool edition of The Church too. Yeah, I love all that stuff too.
Have two of their Forgotten Gialli compilations. One of them I actually bought at Greyface in Savannah. I don't know if you're familiar with.
No, I don't
So
know.
there's Greyface Records, which is like a big thing, but they
Okay,
have Terror Vision,
okay,
which they restore a lot of old B horror and stuff that's on like damaged tape.
cool. So they have like
So
yeah, that's
yeah.
crazy,
So I got one there. I also got they had the opera, the soundtrack for the opera on vinyl. They had
dude.
what else? Tenebra.
Awesome movie. Yeah,
What else did they have? I think I got Santa Sangre's soundtrack from
yeah.
there.
That's I love Santa Sangre. Yeah, that's Jodorowsky.
Jodorowsky. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you say it. Yeah, he's dope. And then you know what I got? I got The Keep. They did their version of The Keep, which was really that's a great movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm a
So
movie head,
I
bit of a
know,
cinephile.
dude. I listened to an episode of yours like a long time ago on Getting It Out or something,
I love that guy. Yeah, he was a good guy.
and I was like, dude, this guy is low key a movie head.
I am a cinephile. That was it. So I told you my big brother got me into like artsy music. He got me into art house films too. Like I was like he like put me on to like Blood for Dracula when I was young, and I was watching like Kenneth Grant, or not Kenneth Grant. What's the dude? He is like a satanic gay person. Kenneth Anger.
Oh, okay.
Kenneth Anger movies when I was really young, like watching that stuff, and like Igmar Bergman, like
Hmm.
watching not even the Seventh Seal, but like what's Howard the Wolf, and he put me on to the guy who did like he did Antichrist, Lars von Trier.
I don't even know.
He's great, but he did like Nymphomaniac. He did The House of Jack Built,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
and he was putting me onto that. I remember watching Zentropa when I was like 13, like watching Zentropa, and he's like, it's black and white with color isolation. It's beautiful. And I was like, cool.
When I was 13, I'm watching like Nacho Libre.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I'm very spoiled in that way, where I got really highbrow content when I was very young,
Yeah,
and it made me a snob, immediate snob.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, tell me before we go, because
Okay.
I don't want to go too much on a
Yeah.
Wednesday evening. What do you have upcoming? What is Vomit Forth doing? In the
New music's coming out.
oh,
That's what's going on. Is we have new music. We have a couple one-off shows with the Red Chord. I know you guys. I know everyone's mad.
dude, that's sick.
I love the Red Chord. It was like when I was young. I love the Red Chord. And See You Next Tuesday, one of my favorite bands of all time, and the Number 12 Looks Like You, another one of my favorite bands. We're doing two one-off shows with them, one in New York, one in Boston in December. My other band, Gun to God's Head, is announcing a tour. Maybe Vomit Forth is going to have new music, hopefully in the spring, but it's all recorded and it's done. And then we're going to hit the studio and start recording the full length as well. And as of right now, no tour stuff that I can say, but we're gonna have some announcements that are pretty cool. So yeah, a lot of music. I'm very busy, and I'm taking the next couple days to not be. So that's cool. I'm gonna DoorDash. That's what's up.
Come to Canada. I know you don't want to, but you should.
I will. I did talk the last Canadian show we played. No, not the last one. The second to last. I talked so much shit about Canada on stage because I was so pissed off about everyone shooting up outside. I might. We'll see. If you guys can, what is that thing that you guys do? You have this thing where you're like basically euthanizing people. It's called like MAID or something like that.
I have no idea.
Oh, it's really fucked up.
I'm not plugged in like that.
But yeah, maybe if that gets figured out, I will go.
Wait,
I'll come to hang out.
are we euthanizing people for real?
Yeah, it's like these like little. I mean, I think in Switzerland or Sweden they had these pods too, but then there's this program where you can, if you are suffering from chronic illness or even in some cases extreme depression, it's also been offered to people who have PTSD that they said, well, we can kill you humanely. And a lot of people, mostly left leaning people, are saying that it's like a really good thing.
I know
I
there were some
personally don't think so.
states trying to do it.
I can't remember exactly where in Canada where they were doing it, but I'll look into it and maybe send you a link.
I just looked up Assisted Suicide Canada and I can't find anything. Dying with Dignity Canada, it's a national human rights charity committed to improving
Yeah.
quality of dying, protecting human rights.
Yeah, apparently, I don't know. I couldn't disagree more, but that's a whole other discussion. But yeah, it's a really intense thing.
It is actually legal.
Yes, yes,
It's
it's a big
made.
made. That's what it's called. Yeah, if you guys get that figured out, either make a good argument for it or stop doing it. Then I'll pull up. Then I'll pull up. Okay, Canada.
This is weird. I don't know. I don't know what to think about this. Yeah. This episode has gone deeper than I expected it to. I think that's vomit forth. Just in general is like you expect caveman riffs. You get thought provoking.
Yes. Yeah. Thought provoking dialogue.
Yeah, just
Charged dialogue.
yeah, it's very 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 topical. Well, Kane, I very much appreciate all of this.
Likewise.
Just have one last question for you before we go. What's your favorite city for beans and breakdowns?
Ooh. Okay. Probably Savannah because of Perk.
Dude, you're after my
Yeah.
heart right now.
Yeah, yeah. Perk is just amazing. I love it. We almost went like an hour out of our way to get it on this last tour. So yeah, probably Savannah.
Shout out Perk. I love fucking
Shout
Perk.
out Perk. Same.
Yeah. Shout out Savannah. I mean, kinda.
Yeah, same. Same with the kinda. But yeah, shout out Savannah.
Have y'all played Savannah?
Think so. I don't know. I mean, I stayed there at Tom Hosian's house and it was dope. Shout out Hosian.
Dude, Hosian's like the only person in Vatican that I don't know that well.
Oh, he's pretty goated.
I know that. No, I'm very much aware because I think last time I went to Savannah, I talked to I had an episode with John Edwards. I don't know if you know John Edwards.
No. Like
Front of
crossing
house.
over? You're talking about.
He's
Oh yeah, dude, I do. He was with Undeath.
Yeah, he was with Undeath and Terror. He's still with Terror.
Dude, he's the man.
Yeah, he's so sick. Him and Nolan pulled up for like half of it. And it was right after he came off that tour that y'all did. Dude, I know why you don't like Canada.
Yeah.
I just connected the dots.
Yeah.
Kingston.
Fuck that place.
You don't like Kingston.
No.
And Ottawa.
No. Don't like Ottawa or the other one. We did like, it's not Saskatchewan. We did some shitty spot. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Canada. I've been in Canada a lot, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, both those cities, I can completely understand.
Okay.
Like, I have friends that live in Kingston. I've stayed in Kingston.
I'm sorry.
To drive another half to another place, it sucks.
And I live in a bad area. And I'm not even saying that can't, because the thing is the bad parts in Canada aren't even worse. It's just that I'm just like, it actually just sucks. Like, I'm just like, yo, like at least out here it's like crazy and like people are being crazy and it's, I don't know, out there I'm like, yo, everyone's like soft and this sucks.
Yeah, it's the softness that makes it frustrating.
I think, yeah. Yes. Yeah. But obviously every American probably, poutine, fire. No.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Kane, again, I really appreciate your time. Looking
Yeah,
forward to hopefully seeing you in Canada.